Alright. It is time for I Cast Your Freaking Awesome Replays. And down here, actually, I've been recognizing this name. This player's been in the show a few times, right? It's Eeyore, but it's Ethor. It's... If there was a more manly German accented high impact payload carrying version of Eeyore, the depressed donkey from Winnie the Pooh. We'll see if the Zerg indeed is a fan, because, you know, the Zerg are capable of pooing. The Overlord literally at Lair Tech unlocks Defecate to block enemy bases as an ability. We'll see if that happens. Up here in the top right, in the blue, representing MFXED, it is Zildan. Not quite Zuldan, not quite Zidane, but we'll see if he knows how to headbutt people who say things about his mum anyway. This is, of course, the It Takes Two to Tango Icyfar challenge. So if you've just tuned in, we've got replays in from the last week. This is the first game of the challenge. We've got 4 replays we're casting today, so 4 separate episodes going up. And they are all about playing mono battles, but we thought mono battles was a bit lonely. So we said, look, there's a lot of love stories out there that are better than Twilight, but let's see what ones there are in StarCraft. We want not just 1 unit mono battle, we want 2 unit mono battles, essentially. We want duo battles, we want tango battles. So it takes 2 to tango. Players had to use only 2 non-worker units. Now, a lot of people are like, can I build queens? I'm like, yeah, sure. Obviously, you're not massing queens or using them as fighting units, but if you build a few queens to inject your hatcheries, I'm not going to go and outlaw that. As always, people ask me about 1,000 questions with every Icyfar challenge. Can I do this? Can I do this? And as always, just to reiterate, what is the rule? The rule is use your own critical thinking. If you are totally fucking butchering the spirit of the rule, probably not going to get accepted. If you maybe you bend it or twist it, or you slightly miss it at some point in an otherwise fantastically unique and fun and action-packed game, we don't really give a shit. And that's usually it. If it's a fun, wild game, that's what we like. We like unique, fun games. So there's always going to be a little bit more room for error. If you bend that challenge in a way maybe which wasn't expected or anticipated, if it's fun, creates action-packed, exciting games, and as long as you're not purposefully breaking the spirit of it completely, then there's a good chance it will get in. So be creative, and as always, don't ever worry about asking and confirming, is this okay, is this okay? Because it just comes down to whether or not, you know, you should be able to figure it out using your own critical thinking, essentially. Speaking of which, by the way, this Reaper's already doing damage, but little does he know, these 2 lings have sacrificed their life for a very good reason, and that is to let these 2 fuckers get across the map. But there's a bunker, so it doesn't really matter. Unless that Marine is not watching, it doesn't get inside his house. There's that moment where you've literally just got to get inside your house. You've just got to climb inside your house. And he does. Okay. Well, they go for the reactor. So now he's gonna come out of his house. He's a little bit afraid. You can tell this Marine, it's his first day on the job. Kenny the Marine, though, is very slowly going to deal with those Zerglings. He gets bit just one time, and then the Zergling runs past. I don't even know if that bit him. I think it might have just given him a bit of a lick. A friendly pupper runs up to you, you're like, oh god, and then it just starts licking you, and you're like, oh, I gotta shoot it anyway, because I'm a bloody spastic psycho Terran Marine. Oh well, some people are crazy, what can I say? If you guys want to get your replays in for next week's challenge, by the way, we do have a new challenge. Do you know what it is? It is one where you have to get not just down and dirty, but you need to get hot and sweaty. It's a knife fight in a sauna, and oh my god, it needs to be even hotter than that Reaper's jetpack as he gets double teamed by those 2 queens, angry, of course, about a bunch of their Zergling children already being killed. So the rule is very basic. You are not allowed to go past 35 workers. Now, some of you might go, lol, that's every game. No regrets, my favorite player. I've never made more than 15 workers. Well, keep playing the way you normally do, and the most back and forth action-packed game, preferably that doesn't just end with a single wave, is obviously the ones we're more interested in. We've done challenges like this many times in the past, called things like knife fight in a phone booth, down and dirty, something or other aggressive, this or that. And a lot of people are like, well, that's just boring. I just do my roach all in, and then it wins and it's over, or it holds and it doesn't. Well, what you'll find is if you guys actually do a lot of these low economy aggressive plays, there's actually a fair few games where it doesn't kill your opponent, but it also doesn't get completely crushed, and all it kind of does is fuck the game up. So what you want to imagine when you're doing this challenge is it's basically you are just driving the train off the rails, and then in that chaotic, weird, low economy situation, you've got to keep up the aggression, because you're not allowed past 35 workers. So at any point, it's always find a new wave of aggression to keep the game down in the dumps. So, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's just knife fight in a phone booth. No. A knife fight in a phone booth is chaotic and bloody, but I want this to have a bit more of that sauna atmosphere. So sticking to the challenge, if you guys can replicate the aroma in the game of a whole bunch of sweaty middle-aged men with their sacks out, just kind of, you know, slowly aerating and steaming in the air of that hot, sweaty sauna. I mean, that's essentially what we want. We want you guys to create the discomfort when there's a whole lot of sweaty old dudes sitting around naked in a crowded room. That's essentially it. I don't know what exactly that means. I just wanted to talk about sweaty old naked men. Lemon Party's been doing the rounds again recently. Don't Google it, do not Google it, but I found that funny. Anyways, we'll talk more about that later. Hellbats, yeah, drones are going for a bit of a runaway. Those Hellbats trying to come forward, but the Zerglings are actually doing, these 2 Lings are somehow still alive. Are those 3 Hellbats getting bullied by 2 Zerglings? I'm surprised he's backing away. Are we seeing the Terran back away? There's like 3 frigging queens holding their oozing innards with blood coming out. The drones are on refugee status, but I guess he's just so distracted by this Ling run by and all these SCVs are getting killed, so he got distracted. He absolutely could be in there butchering them. The drones try to go back to work. They realize their country is still occupied by the savage Terrans who are like, we're here to bring freedom. And it's like, wait. Is freedom where you line up your fucking assault rifle with the head of the local worker and then literally execute him on the spot? Because I'm pretty sure that's what I just saw. Literally barbecuing the shit out of their opponents. Well, these Zerglings here, maybe not executing their finest attack, but actually these are starting to take damage. Third base is going to go down on the other side. The Zerg is deciding to counter it with mass Zerglings against Hellbats, which I'll tell you guys, doesn't go too well. All the Zerglings do die on the other side of the map. Terran holds. This Hellbat does go a bit far forward, thinks he can solo the whole team. Another Hellbat with Reddit points at the front. So, ooh, another Hellbat goes down. Only 5 Hellbats left with a bunch of Banshees overhead. The Zerglings actually going to manage to clear most of them out. All of them out. Wow, an amazing trade here. As you guys can see in the units lost tab, 85 Zerglings and drones going down to kill 28 Terran units, most of which were workers. And the new third base looks like it's going to die as well, but oh no, he's not focus firing. Zildan, mate, you got to click that. Oh, no, cancel. There is a new hatch going here, thankfully. Ethor, or whatever the fuck we want to call him, does have a shitload of money. This queen comes forward once again. She tries to bully back. She's like, I have a sharp stake. And they're like, you know, we have fucking guns, right? Like, we're literally advanced, futuristic, helicopter-style combat choppers. Single queens just throwing her knitting needles at them. She's like, I've got a fucking tomahawk, and I can throw it real good. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you Mel Gibson out of The Patriot? Do you think you can... It's like they took that scene where he kills 47 of these fucking British dudes with a fucking tomahawk. Except it's like, no. In this case, the British aren't extras in a film, and they're not afraid of man boobs. Which, let's be real, is Mel Gibson's one superpower. Unless you count anti-Semitism as a superpower, not so sure. Don't know if that one really counts. I'm pretty sure we've all seen fucking Braveheart, and I mean, he may not have won the war in that one, but he scared the shit out of a lot of English people with his man boobs. It was great. Like, there's something about when you get a certain ratio of hair, I think, on the man boob, where it just intimidates your opponents, you know? And it's multiple films as well. He's always fucking up English dudes, right? You know, whether he's a Scottish dude or he's doing an American fucking independence war, he's like, behold my hairy man breast. Mel Gibson, classic. Yeah, the only lethal weapon he's got is right on his chest, if you know what I'm talking about. He's like, behold. Alright, so where are the Zerg fighting units? Is he building a fucking Ultra Cavern? Okay, so good to see. His 2-2's gonna get killed. The Terran here built an army and then attacked with that army. Meanwhile, Eeyore was jerking it. Literally, he's like, okay, I just killed most of your economy. You killed some of mine. Messy game. I'm going to go for Ultralisks off the back of 2 Zerglings. Oh my god. He just lost everything. He's just going to try and build Ultras. He's going to lose every single bit of economy. Wait. Maybe not. Those Terrans all just injected drugs, and you can tell they're hallucinating because they're running up against the wall. Half of them are shooting lava and extractors right now. Uh-oh. Oh, there's bare mineral lines. He's got to kill all the workers, otherwise the Ultras are going to pop. The spawning pool's gone. He can't even build Zerglings now. 6 Ultralisks are about to pop, and there is a handful of Marine tank here. Uh-oh. Zerglings start to trickle in. You can see here the Zerg going for the pro gamer rally units in one at a time. And more Marines are over here as well, but Space Cows are out. The first 2 Space Cows come in on that 3rd base. They're going to take that down. We've got more Space Cows coming down from the high ground of the natural. 2 siege tanks is not going to cut it. Those Marines are still not going for those unprotected workers. That one goes right past those Marines. Those Marines apparently are those crazy Spanish dudes who like baiting the bulls and shit. So the Space Cows are going to go across the map. Are they, though? Nope. They find those 5 Marines. And we all go, ooh, ooh. Oh, my God. Did you see that guy? That looks... Yeah, he gets ragdolled, man. Just like when you see those dudes who are, like, running through the street. They're like, oh, get fucked, bulls. And then the bull just, like, fucking tosses them. Oh. Always so satisfying to watch. I don't know if these Marines are doing damage, guys. Those are +1 Marines. Chitinous plating hasn't even kicked in and they're struggling. And now chitinous plating kicks in. These Ultras have 5 armor. Those Marines are doing 7 damage a shot. The Marauder is doing next to no damage. These are +1 Marauders versus chitinous plating Ultras. What the fuck? Oh my God, a chunk of Ultra just went flying. The liv's gonna come down now. Obviously, Ultras can't shoot up unless they stack on top of each other's shoulders. But they are very afraid to do that. You guys ever had a friend who's super afraid? Ultras. Oh no, that one gets burnt on the ramp. I mean, this is some good counter damage. Unfortunately, it does leave the 3rd wide open, but it's gonna kind of reset the game. What's gonna die first, the Ultra or the Orbital? The Ultra does back out, says, I would rather live to hug another day. People are like, wait, what? Isn't it live to fight another day? The Ultra says, no, I just want to give you hugs. Unfortunately, he does get his fucking face blasted off there. So, as long as the Terran keeps building some bio and libs, is actually up in workers right now. And what does the Zerg have? 2 Ultras and 33 Zerglings. Oh, he's already here. Where the fuck did he come from? Okay. All right. Okay, if he can get rid of that mining on the 3rd, then Zerg is definitely in the lead. Uh-oh. Oh, you gotta run your workers right now, buddy. Zildan. Oh no, the Ultra just wants hugs. And if he can hug 30 SCVs at a time, some would say that's inappropriate. There's a bit of an age difference there. Now, just because the Ultra's bigger doesn't mean it's actually, like, Ultralisks literally was spawned a few seconds ago, where I'm assuming to operate a piece of heavy work machinery, you're at least 30-year-olds. So I'm just saying, bit of a weird intimate hug like that. 30-year-olds with literally newly spawned baby Ultralisks, it's weird. There's an age difference. I don't know what the laws are in the Caprulu sector, but I'm going to say socially inappropriate. These are just a bunch of freshly spawned babies in this world. They just like some dinner, and these evil Terrans are butchering them. It's fucking unfair. Unfair, man. Someone call... What would Peter be, but for Zerg? Would it be pets? Is that what the... Is it because the last word is animals in Peter, right? That's what the A stands for. So if you take the A and replace it with a Z, or a Z if you're American for Zerglings, for Zerg, it'd be pets, right? We are pets. And I can't believe that you keep on milking these infestors for their infestor milk. Seriously. It's fucking disgusting. Didn't someone already make that, by the way? Oh, I remember someone, they tweeted this at me and they posted it on Reddit. They made a Photoshop of the Peter, you know, the image where they got the cow and they put they basically put a cow's head on the human woman's body, and then they put the old man drinking from the tit, and they were like, you drink cow's milk and you think it's normal, but you're basically stealing the breast milk from another animal? How do you not think that's fucking weird? And they had this really creepy Photoshop. But someone went and they put a Hydralisk head on it instead of the fucking cow head. And they posted it on Reddit, and like, it was just, every comment was just like, dude, you've just made me so uncomfortable. I'm so confused. And the guy was like, yeah, Pig, you were talking about Peter in this this image, you know? So I did a Photoshop here, and I was like, oh my God, like, it's making me uncomfortable. It was a queen head, apparently. If someone can find that Photoshop, please find it in chat. If you guys can look that up, the Peter Zerg, somewhere on StarCraft, right? If someone can find that, please link it up so we can show it at the end of this game. It looks like Zildan is done, guys. And it looks like the 2 queens were literally just Zerglings and Ultralisks, right? The 2 units. It takes 2 to tango. Let's quickly check. Yes, some queens died. Some drones died. It was literally just Zerglings and Ultralisks. And you know what? That is a combo made in heaven, isn't it? That is a beautiful, beautiful combo. Because if you guys think about it, what's the best movie of all time? Twins. And yes, Danny DeVito was struggling to hold down the fort. The Danny DeVito Zerglings were getting overwhelmed. Everyone was like, Danny DeVito is so shit. But, bam, in came his big brother, Arnold motherfucking Schwarzenegger Ultralisks, and they carried it. So, you know, it was a real Hollywood moment. The bad guys were winning. The Terrans were like, haha, get fucked. And then apparently when we load the replay, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers bug out so they don't have attack animations or move animations. I love when this happens. Look at this shit. I love when this happens in replays. Go Arnold. I don't know why I love that shit so much. There's just something so ridiculous about it. Oh. All right. GG's. Did anyone find the did anyone find it? Let's see. Did anyone find it in the chat? If you guys didn't find it, my chances of finding the Photoshop are very oh, they did actually have a post, by the way, guys. This is a real post. This isn't even the Photoshop I was talking about. Check this out. Peter reminds StarCraft players that Zerglings have feelings too. StarCraft players gearing up for the launch of Heart of the Swarm will be getting a new perspective on the game's anthropodal extraterrestrials, the Zerg. Peter, or as we are renaming ourselves in honor of the expansion's pack launch, Terrans for the ethical treatment of Zergs. Ethical treatment of Zerglings will attend tonight's launch event in Irvine, California, and distribute copies of our new Zerglings Have Feelings 2 leaflets as a reminder that gamers and non-gamers alike should have compassion for all beings, even those who are very different from us. They made it look like a fucking monkey. It's meant to look more like a puppet, dude. Petercraft. This is great. We always root for the underdogs and undermice and underpigeons, etc. You can't just be exclusionary. That's true. Oh my god, there's like what is this? Who wrote this? This is great. This is amazing. Check it out. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Who knows, guys? Should we make a t-shirt of the Peter breast milk thingamajig? Let me know. This is of course the image we're talking about. It's super creepy. I don't know why they've blurred it out. But someone took this and they edited a queen's head on here, and it made it even more uncomfortable. A lot of people on the StarCraft Reddit hadn't seen the original and were very confused. But anyways, weird stuff aside, Peter being Peter, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. Don't forget to build Ultralisks and have some fun. Remember, knife fight in a sauna, guys. Send in your replays for next week. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one.